my name's Mary and I'm a secondhand stylist and a secondhand enthusiast. And this year I made it my mission to get as many Christmas gifts for people in my life secondhand as possible. And I got almost everything secondhand, and I thought it'd be a fun video to show you all the gifts I got for people, what my logic was getting them, and how easy or hard it is to find things like this secondhand. I think that Christmas could be so much more sustainable than it currently is. There is so much waste involved in Christmas. As a thrifter, you might know this, every time you go to the thrift store, it's full of Christmas decorations and Christmas supplies and wrapping paper. There's just so many opportunities to have a secondhand and more sustainable Christmas, and I want to encourage people to do that as much as possible. And I want to encourage people to give and get secondhand gifts with gratitude and love and intention, because there is a lot of joy in hand selecting things secondhand. It's also kind of like a little bit more meaningful because you've really had to hunt for the thing for the person. So I think that secondhand gifting is one of the most lovely things you can do for people in your life. So if you want to see a little video on all the things that I got secondhand this year, keep watching, because that's what this video is. Also, if you're a returning viewer and you're like, wow, she hasn't put out a video in a while, I know we're not going to talk about that. Not right now. Okay? If you're a new viewer and you're like, wow, I'm really connecting with this video, I would love if you go back and watch some of my older videos. I have tons of content of me styling clients in all secondhand clothes, thrift with me's, closet clean outs. If those seem like things that you're into, that's what's on this channel. Like the video, subscribe, comment. I don't, you know what you're supposed to do on a YouTube video. You know, you watch YouTube, you know. Starting off strong, I'm gonna start with the kids. Now, I made a short reel on Instagram of me showing everything that I got the kids in my life, but I wanted to share it here as well because it is what inspired me to make this full-length video. Now, here's the thing about kids. Kids, they grow up, they go through phases. They like something one year and don't like it the next year. And from a sustainability standpoint, it's not great to buy a toy that is made of plastic that will be on the earth for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, and they play with it for maybe a year, maybe. I try to be really smart about giving gifts that can kind of grow up with a kid. And something that I hope to inspire you with is kids get lots of things. They get bits and bobs and toys and little doohickeys all holidays, right? But you know what they don't get? And you know what their parents really appreciate you giving them? Storage solutions. Storage solutions. There is no match for a good box for a kid. Now, I was a kid with a huge imagination and I loved my little boxes, and I still love little boxes. And as an adult, you may know you can never have too many little boxes. And so starting them young is a great idea, especially since a good box is something that can age up with a kid. This is for my 10-year-old niece. This is for my 8-year-old niece. These are both boxes that I can see them taking on into adulthood with them. I'm also going to suggest that you fill the box. So for this niece, I've got the first book in the series of Unfortunate Events. I got it secondhand. There are so many children's books secondhand. I mean, so many. Whenever someone's having a baby, I just start collecting because children's books new are a lot, but secondhand, you can get them for $1, $2, $3. If you go to a really great thrift store, you can get them sometimes for like 50 cents or a quarter. So I love secondhand books, and books are great because big brains, and if they're anything like me, they're gonna carry books they like until their adulthood, so they'll grow up with the books as well. So for this niece, the whole reason she wanted this box, she saw it in my house and she said that Miley Cyrus had one like this, or Hannah Montana. Apparently Hannah Montana's back, I don't know. Hannah Montana had one like this, so she wanted it, and so I was like, well, let's give it to her for Christmas. And then when I was thrifting, I found the Miley Cyrus biography, and then I found this other little book that I thought was so cute. It's a graphic novel, and I'm not familiar with it, so I just Googled the content of it to see if it was something that I jived with my niece reading, and it was a great little book. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these books in these boxes. Continuing on that book concept, there's always lots of little extra kids at our family Christmas party, so I like to have little gifts to give them. And you know, you don't really know what ages or if they're into reading sometimes, so what I like are these drawing books. I find these all the time. Also, sometimes you'll find coloring books at the thrift store that have not been colored in, but these can kind of be for several different ages, several different interests. These can be for any kid. So I love a little drawing book or a little coloring book. And then another great gift for kids is school supplies. I found tons of packs of color pencils for 50 cents each, and I stocked up because even if I don't give them all out this year, I might give them out next year. Another gift I love to give little kids are notebooks. These are just little lined notebooks. They're brand new, and I'll give it to a kid with a pack of color pencils, and you give them this gift at a party and then they're occupied. because they can immediately play with this. A lot of times, parents don't want the kids to open whatever the things are they get at the party because they'll lose it. But with a little notebook and some pencils, they can go to town immediately. Same with a book like this. You give them some loose leaf with it and a set of pencils, and then the kid's occupied, and the parents are like, thanks. Also, might I suggest the sustainable gift of candy. Filling children with candy on holidays feels like the childless aunt's job. So I'm here to do my service. Also, you can find so many like really nice children's books at the thrift. I found this one. I'm gonna be giving it to a friend's kid very soon. And while I'm on the book thing, even though this isn't still kid stuff, my wife loves little puzzle books. And she's not home, so I wanna say this part fast. She loves little puzzle books. I found this one. It has no puzzles done in it. Putting that in her little Christmas present. Another gift I love to give are vintage books. This is a book about steam-powered boats on the Mississippi River. My dad's a steam enthusiast, and it's got some really cool vintage photographs and like lots of history about the Gulf South and these really incredible paddle boats. So I thought that was a cool little rare book find. Rare books are so fun, especially for the enthusiasts in your life. If you can find something that might be of their interest, that's such a cool gift. And there are so many books at the thrift. I have one more kid gift that I want to show you. Monopoly. So I found out pretty late that what my nephew wanted was a Monopoly game, and I was kicking myself because I find Monopoly games at the thrift store all the time, but I hadn't been looking for it and I didn't know it was what he wanted. He's very hard to shop for, in my opinion. So I figured out that he wanted Monopoly, and so I went thrifting last minute. I probably hit up like 3 or 4 spots, and I only found one Monopoly game, and it was NFL. And my nephew, I don't think has ever seen a football game in his life. So I was like, I'm not getting him NFL Monopoly. So I put out a little call on my Instagram. I was like, does anyone have an extra Monopoly game? Because Monopoly is one of those things that's been around so long, and there's so many editions of it. And literally people give copies for gifts all the time. I was like, surely somebody has a copy they'll sell to me for cheap or just want to get rid of. And sure enough, one of my besties, Carrie, she hit me up and she was like, I have a really cool version that I've never played that an ex gave me. And I was like, sign me up. And it's this Indiana Jones Monopoly. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make him come over here to get it, and we're going to watch the movie, and we're going to play Monopoly. And so we'll have a whole little experience out of it. I know a lot of people don't feel comfortable putting out a call like that to their friends, like, hey, is anyone getting rid of this thing? But I want to encourage you to pull your community in, you know? Like, you probably have friends with kids that have aged out of certain things. Like, specifically this year in a lot of free groups, I've seen a lot of families give away those tiny kitchens. And on the flip side, I see friends buy those tiny kitchens for their kids every single year. And those are pretty expensive. So you never know who's aging out of something or who has something in their garage that's like taking up dust. My friend Carrie is excited that this is going to get played now. You know, she's never played this edition. So I understand that some people might not feel comfortable getting things secondhand in that way. I have no pride or shame about it, because if this can get a life and it can get used, it's a win for literally everyone involved. And so I'm happy to get it to my nephew. I think he's gonna be excited, especially because it's like such a cool container. Also, if you're a returning viewer, you're probably like, is her hair straight? It is straight, and it's so frizzy because the humidity is terrible. It's Christmas Eve and it's raining in New Orleans. It's disgusting out. But yeah, it's straight. I'm trying a new thing. Let me know what you think. I'm calling this category of goods fine leather goods. If you're a Parks and Rec fan, you know. So people in my family like nice things, especially nice bags. And my nanny, I feel like always has a nice leather bag. And I found this at the Goodwill bins, and it's like new. And it's literally buttery. I hate when people call leather buttery, but it is buttery soft leather. And it seems like it's almost never been used. I actually used it the other day because I was like, you know, some purses aren't like comfortable to wear or use, and I just wanted to take it out one day for a spin to see. This purse hangs nicely, it fits a lot, it's lightweight, it's gorgeous. I think my nanny's really gonna like it. I don't know, my nanny's hard to shop for. She's definitely watching this. Nanny, you are hard to shop for, but I'm sure you know that already. And then moving on to this fine leather good. I got this for my brother-in-law. I saw this on the shelf and I was like, ooh, what is this gear bag? I could tell it was vintage because of the zipper. It's this heavy metal zipper. And my brother-in-law is like he does big production tech stuff. And so this kind of reminded me of like something that he would carry around with some gear in it anyway. And then I opened it and it has these really beautiful heavy duty flasks that I have not washed yet. but they're gorgeous. And I figured even if he didn't use this to transport his alcohol, because he is a big drinker as well, like in the drinking enthusiast way, I figured even if he didn't want to use it for that, this like gorgeous vintage leather kind of ditty bag it's stunning. So he's also hard to shop for. So I hope that he likes this. We shall see. There's this that I forgot to do a more formal show of. So this is going to be one of the other like white elephant gifts because Kristen and I both play the game. And Kristen's bringing me back some like dip packets, like, you know, the little powder mixes for seasons. She got those and we're going to package that with it. And I think she got a bag of chips too. So we're going to give this awesome vintage chip and dip with chips and dips. Moving on to my sister. This tray, she was actually with me when I got it at an estate sale, but she was like, that would look good on my table. And I was like, whatever. And you know, sisters, I ignored her, but I knew I was gonna give it to her for Christmas. So it's this gorgeous tray. This kind of thing is at thrift stores all of the time and antique stores, and they're very, very, very rarely expensive. And trays are awesome for coffee tables, for your table, for catching a catch-all. You put this on a vanity, fill it with your makeup. There's so many reasons that you could have a good tray. And my sister loves to host, so I know that she's really gonna appreciate this tray. And I also got her from the Thrift this little kind of magazine holder that folds up. It's definitely vintage. My sister's living room is a lot of like bamboo furniture and a lot of like prints similar to this. So I thought it would look cute in her living room as kind of like a catch-all. You know, she has a kid, so there's always stuff piling up and you might want to just throw it in there temporarily. You can close it up, carry it upstairs, put the stuff away, bring it back downstairs. It can be a little mini laundry hamper. I don't know. I just thought it was so cute and I think she's gonna really like it. So my wife and I moved this year and we have a really sweet neighbor now that we love so, so much. And she has a small soap business. And so I wanted to give her a little gift that like could be good for her or maybe be kind of something she can use in her business. And I figured out that I would just give her this little scarf. It's this beautiful print. It's got these little tassels. It's just your basic little scarf. And the reason I thought of her when I found this was because she can use this on a table display for her soap. She can use it in photos, or she can just use it because she's cold in a market or in her life. So I just figured, you know, it's a sweet little gift for your neighbor and I hope that she likes it. I shouldn't have to tell you this, but scarves galore at the Thrift, galore. I'm gonna call this category Naturally Nolans. Every year at my family's Christmas party, we do a white elephant or whatever the one is where everyone brings a gift and we trade them around. And this year the theme of that was sustainable, which very appreciative to my sister for picking that theme because I love it. And so I just thrifted this set of 4 bowls by this local pottery maker or painter, I don't know. They're very sought after actually. Like a set of 4 of these goes for like $75. And they're really cute gumbo bowls, and I think people are gonna really like them today because the party is today. I have to wrap this stuff right after this. I think these are gonna be a hit. I hope they're a hit. I'm also gonna give a gumbo seasoning mix with them to kind of beef up the gift a little bit. I don't need to tell you that you can find sets of plates and bowls and cups at the Thrift. You can. You can. Continuing on my Naturally Nolans, there's this local parade, I think it's Coup d'etat, and every year they release a brooch. And this is the brooch from 2010, and it can also be a pendant. It's got a little bevel thing on the back, or whatever that's called. And it's of a flambeau, which back in the day of Carnival, there would be people that carried fire on sticks and they'd dance with them and people would throw coins in the street and they would pick it up and that'd be its tips. It's an interesting tradition, but it's super New Orleans and this imagery is super New Orleans. And I thought about my nanny's partner. They just moved to New Orleans this year. They both love jewelry. They both appreciate a good brooch. So I thought of her when I found that one. Also, I'm going to let y'all on to something that I've started consuming, and it's Amazon return stores. Basically, an Amazon return store are individual people who buy pallets of Amazon and Target and Costco returns, and then they open these bin stores where they put all the returns in bins. The boxes are sealed. They'll open the boxes and show you what's in it. You have to like bring it to them. And each day the price gets lower and lower. Now, I struggle, and I'd be curious what other sustainability girlies have to say on this. I struggle with the level of sustainability this is because the whole process is just wrought with waste, and I can't tell my consuming at the return stores how I fit into the picture as a consumer. It feels like a weird gray area. But yeah, if you return something to Amazon, they package it up and put it on a pallet and they sell it, or they throw it away, literally. There's tons and tons and tons of reports of them doing this. So it's gotta be some truth to it. And so, yeah, I've been to the Amazon return store. So I got to an Amazon return store here in Orleans, and they had a pack. It was $12 day. And they had a pack of 4 100% cotton, like kind of Turkish style towels. They're not the highest quality, but they are 100% cotton. They're really lightweight. I thought about doing one of these for our white elephant, but like, I think I just need to keep these for myself. But these would be a really great gift. And I got them from an Amazon return store. And from a different Amazon return store, I got these for my mom. My mom's a baker. These are like the little cookie boxes or cupcake boxes. She always needs little things like this. I got these for $2 from an Amazon return store. So this one had different priced bins. Certain bins were certain prices. And this place had tons of bins, and the prices get cheaper every day over the course of, like, I guess a week cycle or so. So there's different styles of them. You might want to look one up and see if there's one in your area. They're kind of stressful. They're way more stressful than thrift stores. And like I said, the sustainability gray area here, I have questions. I don't really know. It's such a weird new thing. I'm curious to hear people's opinions on them. So, okay. I have to film this one so quick because Kristen's on her way home, but Kristen loves Stitch, and she also loves just being so comfy. And every Halloween, she wears this like Lil Pooh costume that's like this, a onesie. I found this, it was like brand new at the thrift. So I'm also giving her this for Christmas. She's gonna love it. She's gonna lose her mind when she sees this. I already know it. That was my quick and dirty, sustainable, thrifted Christmas gift haul. I plan on being back on YouTube in this new year. I'm trying to find a way to work myself back on this app without completely overwhelming my schedule, which is what was happening, and it was not sustainable. So I need to figure out a way to work it back in. And I really do hope to bring y'all more videos soon. I hope that you enjoyed my little Christmas gift haul. It was fun to make it. And like always, if you want to connect with me more, you can follow me on Instagram or TikTok. I have a style workbook that I sell if you go to marysrack.com. It's a workbook that teaches you how to find your style and shop sustainably. So if that sounds like something that you'd like to invest in, if you want to invest in me, go ahead and buy that. And I hope that everyone is having a great holiday season. And I do really miss you, and I hope to be back soon.